There's a couple different kinds of investing, which is you buy and hold, which is essentially, so going back to the Apple example, you buy a stock of Apple and you're like, I'm just going to hold this joint. I know Apple is going to be successful. I know Apple stock is going to rise over the next 1, 5, 10 years. I'm just going to hold this joint. I'm going to buy as much as that as I can, and I'm going to hold it. Or you split that up amongst index funds, whatever. The other is trying to time the market. Timing the market is essentially um, using the Apple stock. I'm gonna buy this Apple stock. I think Apple stock is gonna go up in a certain amount of time. So I'm gonna buy it at this. I'm gonna buy it at $200. Yo, I think it's gonna be up to 250 by next year. So I'm gonna buy as much of this Apple stock as I can, and then when it hits 250, I'm gonna sell it off, and I'm gonna take the profit. I would highly suggest, especially if you're a new investor, don't do that. Timing the market is very difficult. Timing the market is difficult for experts who study this daily. And unless you are spending hours per day researching trends, economic trends, global political trends, unless you're doing that and you're putting the work in terms of um, really doing that research, trying to time the market can be very difficult. And from my experience, I've seen more losses, not personally, because I don't try to time the market, but from the experience of investing, I've seen more losses than gains in trying to time the market because it's just so unpredictable. It's just so unpredictable, even if you do research it. Much more reliable is the buy and hold. I'm going to invest in the U. I'm going to invest in the S&P 500, which is the U.S. stock market, the top 500 companies. I'm going to invest in that. I'm going to throw $10,000 in that, and I'm just going to let it sit there. I'm not even going to look at it. I'm not going to worry about it. I know for a fact because it goes like this. I know in 5 years it's going to be up. I know in 10 years it's going to be even more up. I know in 20 years it's going to be even more up. I know that because that's all that's ever happened. So buy and hold but it takes patience and it takes discipline. And it has to be money that you don't need. Like, don't invest money in the stock market that you need to pay your rent or to pay your bills. This has to be money that you're willing to lose. This has to be money that you're willing to see depreciate. Um, and this has to be money that you're maybe willing never to see again. Put it in, let it go like this, sit back, buy and hold. Okay.